Hello and welcome to FE Aspire. My name is Sandeep Soni, and today we have with us Ms. Anna Roy, Senior Advisor at the government's public policy think tank NITI Aayog, where she heads the vertical dealing with data management, frontier technologies, and also the very important Women Entrepreneurship Platform, which will also be our area of discussion today. The platform was conceived back in 2017 to boost the ecosystem for women entrepreneurship in India by aggregating key stakeholders and resolving information asymmetry existing in the ecosystem. NITI Aayog recently revamped the platform to reach out to more women entrepreneurs in India. Let's get straight into the conversation to know more. Hello, Ms. Roy.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll begin with trying to understand the overall women entrepreneurship landscape in the country and where does women entrepreneurship platform 3.0 fits into it, stands into it. If you can throw some light for our audience.
Yes, so first of all, I will not be quoting any numbers. I think those numbers are well known, that in the entrepreneurship, women entrepreneurship per se is a very, very non-substantial percentage. And I have these figures. If you want, I can go through them, but I don't think quoting numbers all the time really is relevant, because everybody agrees that there is a need to promote not only women entrepreneurship, but also women labor force participation. These are two important areas. The third being about women in leadership roles in corporates. So without going into numbers, giving the landscape, domestically or globally, everybody agrees that globally these are three areas which needs attention. So the idea of a Women Entrepreneurship Platform actually came at the end of the Global Entrepreneurship Summit, which NITI Aayog helped organize with the US State Department in 2017. And at the end of it, the then CEO, NITI Aayog, mentioned that a stark thing which came up to him was the lack of information. Many of the participants, women participants, were not aware of various initiatives which were on the ground. He announced setting up of a women entrepreneurship cell in NITI, and that I will be kind of heading it, which will impart information. So instead of cell, going on the same lines as the Digital India, which our Honorable Prime Minister had launched in 2015, we thought that we should actually leverage technology and begin with a women entrepreneurship platform. So this is a aggregator platform with the aim of collating all relevant information at one place, not make it a data dump, but to share this information in a seamless manner so that the ultimate beneficiaries get the information when they need it without much hassle, because discovery of information is the biggest hurdle to empowerment of a prospective or a current woman entrepreneur, we felt. So this was set up, but this is not only a digital initiative. We work also offline, but we work with organizations who have extensive network, who are already working in this area, and we try to amplify their work by bringing in all the knowledge repository which is there on WEP. So WEP, you can, I used to call it the Uberization of entrepreneurial ecosystem in the country. That is, at one single point, you get all information at a click of a button, and relevant information, not something where you are looking for a needle in a haystack kind of a thing. So use of technology in doing that, getting rich content, and it is a public-private initiative where the all players who are already in the ecosystem work with us, and they help in not only collating information, but also support research, also support technology development, and various extension programs.
Typically, what kind of women you intend to reach out to? What's the demographic? What's a typical profile of your beneficiary looks like?
So basically, when we started and we kind of launched the vision after a lot of stakeholder consultation, from very beginning onwards, we did not put any kind of, circumscribe the area of operation of the platform. So we are covering the entire spectrum, even starting from prospective entrepreneurs. And leading up to actually unicorns and going global and being part of the global value chain. That is our entire vision. And having said that, so what we try to do is bring in all partners dealing with various segments of the spectrum at the same place, and also developing a community so that the community also helps each other. So it is not specific to any particular segment or a sector, but it is the entire entrepreneurial ecosystem. And as the initial three pillars, which defines the vision and mission statement of WEP, which is Ichha Shakti, Gyan Shakti, Karam Shakti, in that order. So Ichha Shakti is, giving you the belief that you can be successful in this area, which could include nudge, which could include behavioral issues, and Gyan Shakti giving you the knowledge so that you can become a good entrepreneur, and Karam Shakti, that is hand-holding the women so that they can excel in whatever they do. So these are the three pillars for the vision and mission statement of WEP, and we have been endeavoring to get partners onboarded which meets these vision, and also knowledge which is on this entire spectrum. But out of the 30,000 odd people who have so far registered, we see typically, first to second stage startups, and also a number of prospective women, either from colleges or B schools, who have registered. And going forward, with the WEP 3.0, which was recently launched, we will be able to do a much more robust user profiling, user ecosystem, so that we can cater to them well. Earlier, the first platform actually was built by a group of my interns who were working in my vertical in NITI. Okay. So it has seen a very gradual but sustained journey over the years. And now we are at a situation where we can actually be more proactive, go into the market, go into the ecosystem, and get more relevant, people registered on it in a very sustained manner.
Okay. While you touched upon it, but can you throw some more light on how this revamped version is different from the previous two? What's more into it for women entrepreneurs?
Yes, the revamped version is, not different from the initial vision and mission, as I said. It is different in the products that it hosts. So the first thing is the content. As we all like saying, content is the king. Earlier, we did not have a lot of good content. Now I can very safely say that we have very good content, and it is growing by the day. So for the first time, we have mapped all government schemes, around 77 central government and more than 400 state government schemes, which has some entrepreneurial component that an entrepreneur. Secondly, for all these schemes, we are populating the website under three heads. That is, what are the eligibility conditions, which by a click of a button, a user can get to know. What are the documents they need to have prior to applying for the scheme? And third, how can they apply? So under each of these schemes, these three buttons will be coming. So facilitating the discovery of the scheme through smart matchmaking, and second, also going the level, not leave them in between, just by giving them information, but giving them the next level of information on how to avail the scheme. Then we have also mapped the various incubators and accelerators, which to my best of my knowledge, I don't think anybody had done So now as a prospective or present entrepreneur, I can, through this platform, find out which is the incubator, either locationally or otherwise, sector-wise, which is best suited to address my needs. And then comes the smart matchmaking, which rests over this, the knowledge, which really kind of, where we have used AI ML technology to match this to the requirement of the users. So content, and second, the technology for smart matchmaking. These two are the main ideas, main features of the new platform. Then, of course, we have worked very hard. HumanX is a, UI UX professional company, which is co-founded by a young entrepreneur who has worked pro bono for WEP and designed a user interface which is extremely user-friendly as far as I feel. But you are welcome to go through the platform and give your feedback. So getting a lot of professionals in the room, like Square Panda is developing the platform. HumanX is looking at the user interface and other user-centric features. So getting these professionals in the room to give it a professional touch going forward. So I would say now we are at that stage where we have a very strong base, and we are growing over time with more and more content addition and various new features being added. Some of the new things which are on the anvil are a chatbot, which one of our partners is developing, MasterCard, who are developing it for the platform, and also presenting the content in several Indic languages, which is also on the anvil. So these are some of the salient new features of the platform, which I think will make it extremely attractive for the ecosystem.
No doubt, I think content would play a very significant role, particularly when it comes to the awareness part, because that happens to be one of the, or probably the biggest challenge. But Ms. Roy, that also leads me to the other aspect of credit or financial assistance, because we all know, I mean, not just women, but MSME at large happens to be, I mean, it's one of the biggest challenges for them also. And given women entrepreneurship, for them to to proliferate in India, I think credit happens to be one of the key enablers. So what kind of impact women entrepreneurs through web platform can see when it comes to credit support?
So we have several verticals, like access to finance, access to marketing, skilling, mentorship. I did not want to kind of jump into it. So we are actually undertaking a baseline study for mentorship. We are actually the study, both as a qualitative and quantitative exercise is underway. Based on that baseline study for mentorship, we will be coming out with a program and a module in which both mentors and mentees will be tied down voluntarily, so that they kind of, it becomes outcome oriented and also relevant for the beneficiary. What is the need of the ecosystem? Similarly, for access to credit, what presently we are doing is getting various, stakeholders together to talk amongst each other and to see how we can impart this information, and how can we make the women entrepreneur attractive, an attractive option for giving the credit by the market. Because credit is something where we cannot really force beyond a point. Credit, by banks, others, it is public money. So we cannot say if somebody is not credit worthy, please go ahead. So we need to make the women credit worthy by giving them information, by making the necessary connect, by giving them necessary tools to present a credit worthy proposal to the lenders. So that is what we are focusing on. And in that exercise, we are working with credit rating agencies, banks, as well as SIDBI and various other such organizations. In MSME especially, we are trying to, we have kind of joined hands with one of the MSME industry bodies who are also working on getting all the information at one place, so that it can be seamlessly provided to the users. So that is one part, and also getting various relevant stakeholders on the table together and making women credit worthy by adopting all these initiatives.
No, I think being credit worthy is first of all, I think, more important than planning to provide access of credit, to women entrepreneurs. Also, with respect to revenue and employment job creation, what are your thoughts on that side?
Actually, job creation is not something where I am really, in this platform presently seized of. So I will not be able to kind of give you
No
a
problem.
very cogent
No
response on
problem.
that.
Okay. What's the role of game, in this entire setup? How they would support and vice versa.
So GAME has been funded by Gates Foundation to serve as the PMU for WEP, Project Management Unit. So this is a project where GAME has been selected by Gates Foundation, and that is the role which they are performing here.
Okay. One more important question I wanted to, have your thoughts is around India currently having its, G20 presidency. And I'm sure multiple things are currently in the discussions. Do you think this is a very important, probably a tenure for the country to kind of, showcase its entrepreneurial might, particularly when it comes to women entrepreneurs? And I'm sure web, has a decent role to play in it. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's a wonderful opportunity which we have got, and FICCI is one of our partners. And I think I did not stress that point sufficiently. There are many partners who are working with us. Like I said, MasterCard is developing, the chatbot. HumanX, which has done, I think I'm really, really impressed by them. They have developed the user in the entire designing. Square Panda is developing the platform. Similarly, FICCI is also our partners, and they are in charge of the W20. So we will be working with FICCI for organizing, how can WEP collaborate with FICCI for amplifying this message and get more and more relevant women participate in these events and initiatives which FICCI will steer during the year-long event on the sidelines of G20. And at this point, I would also like to mention a few other partners who are really, doing such exemplary work along with FICCI. And there are these young entrepreneurs who have just got together and they call themselves Paid Forward. They are going to work with us and with FICCI for these event organization. And then Microsave is doing just exceptional work in the area of research. We have accelerators, sports accelerators. We have research organizations joining with us, undertaking the research. So, WEP can become strong only when these partners are there. And through this interview, it is also a call for, it is a call which I would like to make to other such corporates and other research organizations and think tanks to come join with us, because research is one of the major areas where we would like to focus, because our Prime Minister is all the time kind of asking us to work on an evidence-based policy making. So we can only do that once we have the ecosystem partner with us, and PPP, public-private, is the preferred model, and WEP is the example of one of the best, I feel, a PPP initiative where it is the community which has come together to take this forward. So because of all these partners, I think we are where we are today.
And I'm sure you're also in touch with the perhaps pure technology players to kind of boost, like you're talking about the chatbot system. what more technology interventions we might see, because I'm sure technology would play not just a major but a very critical role in kind of helping web succeed in, let's say, next 2 to 3 years. What more technology intervention can we have? Probably use of AI, maybe it may sound a little bit far-fetched, but probably thoughts on blockchain. Can we expect all that probably to just for the bottom line impact of getting more and more women entrepreneurship proliferate in the country now?
Absolutely. We are already working on AI. And as said, one of our partners is Square Panda. And it is quite a, it's a very kind of proactive kind of IT company. And we look out to working with other partners as well to address the technology aspect. So chatbot will be one of them. Then in addition to that, we have several other things on the anvil, like I said, presenting the content in different Indic languages, which will require a lot of NLP to be used. And besides that, blockchain, I don't see as of now some, how we can leverage it for WEP per se. But we will be, research and innovation is one of the verticals, and deep tech is something which and we have seen women entrepreneurs to be very, very motivated in. So we will like to, present various options for women to grow in this area. And Anu Acharya, who is also has partnered with us and who is heading a genome company. She's also partnering with our research unit of Aisha and Microsave and, working with them on various research projects. So I think sky is the limit, and we are trying to get more and more people to collaborate with us.
Great. Thanks, Ms. Roy, for sharing your insights on boosting ecosystem for women entrepreneurs in India. It was a lovely interaction. Goodbye.